Very happy to be doing this. I've had a great career in coaching, in education, and so forth of student athletes. And I came out of the University of Richmond playing football, drafted by the Hamilton Tiger Cats up in Canada. Cut at the end of in the exhibition season, and they asked me to go with the London Lords. And I went there. I played about 6 to 8 games, and they brought back the number one quarterback that they had for years. And I felt, well, it was time to come home if I couldn't continue playing. And I was having a great year up there. So I came home in 1960. I decided that I wanted to coach football on a high school level. And I went to see the Marist brothers at Roselle Catholic High School. I was educated by the Marist brothers in elementary school and in high school. And I went over there to talk to the principal in December of 1960. And he told me that they were going to start football. And I was really excited. But he wanted me also to be a teacher and coach football. Well, when I got there, he gave me a math classes and English classes to the students at Roselle Catholic freshman and sophomore year. It was a brand new high school. And he told me that they were going to have football, but he wanted me to start a track program. And I said, okay, as long as we're going to have football, I'll be delighted to start track. 60 years later, Roselle Catholic never had a football team and never will have a football team. But I started track, and I taught math and English. One story that I'll never forget, as old as I am, the second week in the English class, a young man raised his hand and said, "Coach Gagliano." I said, "Yes, what's up?" He said, "You made 42 grammatical mistakes in the classroom teaching English." Well, you feel like going down and doing a job on him, but I said, "I'm sorry, but I tried my best." So I taught English, and I taught math from 61 to 69. I started the track program in 61 in the spring. We didn't have a track. We never did have a track. Now they have a beautiful track, and but we ran on this parking lots. We ran a mile and a half down to Warnaco Park to do distance and so forth. The only thing I ever did in track in high school and in college was throw the javelin. I didn't know how to do the speed work, the interval work, and so forth. And but I took the obligation and took the challenge of developing these young men. And the rule of Roselle Catholic back then was if you want to play basketball, which was very big, you had to run track and cross country, which is a super rule for me because I got people out for track that were going to get cut from basketball, and it was really great to have them out and have numbers. That was the big thing in my mind, numbers. And after the first outdoor, in '61, the next year we ran Scotch Plains High School, and we got drilled. I think it was like 140 to 30. And I got on the bus with them, and I said to them, "Don't ever get down." Now we're in 1962. Don't ever get down. We're going to be back. We're going to have a heck of a track team and so forth. Well, in 1965, it all happened. And We started to really be developing 800 people, 1,500 milers, quarter milers, shot put, etc., etc. We went to the Penn Relays in 1965. Don't forget now, we didn't start until 61, 62. In 1965, we show up at Penn, Roselle Catholic High School. Distance medley relay. No one knew us, new school. We became champions of Penn Relays in 1965.
Gags had done what he set out to do. He took Roselle Catholic from its inception to winning a coveted Penn Relays DMR championship. That team was built by hard work and the talent of the following young men:
Mike Garvey, Bobby Hoffman, Richard Schaefer, and Billy Klimas. Unbelievable. We were so happy, picked up our medals, took a jog around. Great. Penn Relays, nothing but the best down there. We had a meeting that night. We said, all right, gang, the next one's a tough one. 2-mile relay. I said, we're going to be ready for this one too. We went out and we won the 2-mile relay.
Roselle Catholic sweeping both the DMR and 2-mile relay solidified that Gags was a coach that could build a team and get the best out of his athletes when it mattered the most. On that team were 2 familiar names and 2 new ones that would help rewrite the history books:
Pete Billier, Jimmy McHugh, Mike Garvey, and Bob Hoffman. It's the first time a Jersey team has ever won a double in a 2-mile relay and a distance medley. It's also the first time anyone at the Penn Relay won a 2-mile relay or a distance medley double. There's a question if a team from New York did it before. I'm not 100% sure, but Roselle Catholic, double champions at the Penn Relays. So we went on and we did very well in Roselle Catholic, in the Catholic High School League, in a state meet and so forth. We also had a tremendous shot putter, Dennis Canick. I think he might have been the state champion. He won a lot of Catholic high school meets and so forth. In 1967, I had a young man by the name of Joe Savage who did super at the Penn Relays. He was a great runner. I left in 69 and Dennis Canick took my place. And Joe is now in the Hall of Fame of the Penn Relays. A great runner, went to Manhattan College.
Gags' tenure at Roselle Catholic had a tremendous amount of highlights, from the Penn Relays Double Relay Championship in 1965, as well as winning the 1967 Penn Relays 2-mile relay championship. Roselle Catholic would also go on to win the 1970 Penn Relays 2-mile relay championship with Dennis Canick as the head coach. Gags had built a great base in his coaching career at Roselle Catholic. He would continue to build upon that as he would rise into the collegiate ranks.
In 1969, I got a call from Fred Dwyer, who was a tremendous competitor at Essex Catholic, and we were at Roselle Catholic, and he asked me if I would be willing to move and be an assistant coach at Manhattan College. So I thought that was a great idea. Give me an opportunity to move up into the college ranks and so forth. So I lived in Jersey, but I had to teach at Sacred Heart High School in Westchester, and it was a tough drive, an hour and a half in the morning, an hour and a half at night. And I taught at Sacred Heart High School, and I went down to the Bronx, to Manhattan College, to be Freddie's assistant. I coached throwers, and I coached jumpers and so forth, and Freddie coached the distance runners and the middle distance and the milers. And that's where I learned a lot about middle distance running and distance running uh, with the expertise from a great miler by Fred Dwyer. Um, we recruited super. We recruited unbelievable talent. We had Mike Keel out of Essex Catholic, Tony Colon out of Powell Memorial, Johnny Lovett out of Powell Memorial, Ray Johnson from upstate New York, Joe Savage, Mike Kenny, Al Novell, Tom Donahue, great runner out of New Jersey, Matt Sensuit Sr. Matt Sensuit Sr. was at Manhattan College with us for a year, but we recruited him and he came there. And Cliffy Bruce, Al Logie, and I had a great jumper in Kenny McBride. Great jumper, triple jumper, long jumper. Bob Brady in the shot put. We had a great team, and we won. We won the NCAA indoor championships at Manhattan College.
When Manhattan College won the NCAA Indoor National Championship in 1973, it made a huge statement in the track and field community. In 4 years of taking over the program, a small college in the middle of the Bronx beat the powerhouses of track and field, Kansas, USC, and Villanova. It showed that with great coaching, anything is possible. Even without many amenities other programs had, they found a way to win. To this day, they are one of only 5 non-Power 5 conference teams to win the NCAA Indoor Championships in track and field.
We didn't have a lot of people, but we had people who really wanted it and who really wanted to get an education out of Manhattan College and to work with Fred Dwyer and myself. And it was a great experience for me to work with these young men. It was great there. I loved it, but the commute and going to high school and going into the college and so forth was pretty tiring, and it was tough.
Gags' hard work and sacrifice those years at Manhattan College are something not many people would do, but it would get noticed very quickly after that NCAA championships, and who'd be coaching full-time very soon. Next, you will see a list of some athletes that Gags coached at Roselle Catholic and Manhattan College. Accolades are listed if possible.